have I got news for you? I am Roy Wood Jr. In the news this week. Despite leadership shakeup, Kennedy Center still booking major acts. A quick look at Americans checking their 401ks. Don Jr.'s morning regimen revealed.
Fentanyl, heroin, meth, and cocaine.
On Amber's team tonight, he's a comedian who's been on Kimmel, NPR, and Comedy Central, and he's known for hilariously calling out racism wherever he sees it. Michael, maybe you should leave now. It's Ari Kondabolu. And joining Team Michael, he's an award-winning journalist who has won 3 Edward R. Murrow Awards and hosted NPR's All Things Considered until last year when I assume he ran out of things to consider. It's Ari Shapiro. Now for the biggest stories of the week. Amber, Ari, watch the clips. Tell me, what is the story?
Okay, this is our best friend, and that is a map.
Strait of Hormuz.
The doors are closed. So I'm just gonna say this story is about how everyone hates us, and they're right.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yes, the story is Donald Trump goes to war with the world, and people abroad are not fans of it. But how's it going here at home?
If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You're a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
The most honest person in America. 3 times.
Now, as the war continues, President Trump seems perpetually surprised that Iran is actually fighting back during a war. So now Trump, a man who seems to burn bridges while he's only halfway across the bridge, has finally realized, oh dear, I need help from other countries. How's that getting help from other countries going?
Yeah, apparently when you do stuff without asking people, they don't want to help you afterwards.
Here's Dana Bash with how some of our allies responded.
Germany, this war has nothing to do with NATO. It's not NATO's war. UK, we will not be drawn into the wider war. Italy is not part of the conflict. Australia, we will not be sending a ship to the Strait of Hormuz. Japan, we are proceeding with consideration.
We are considering is Japanese for fuck you.
When Trump met with the Japanese Prime Minister, Sanae Takeshi, what happened in the meeting?
He thought it would be a great idea to make a joke about bombing Pearl Harbor.
Why didn't you tell U.S. allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran?
We didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay? Right?
To be fair, he got some laughs in the room.
He got like 2 groans.
I'll take it.
Also love, he did the joke, it bombed, and then he goes, right?
The ladies know what I'm talking about, right?
He made the attack without telling the other countries, because normally in war, you go, hey, I'm gonna go over there and punch him in the face, make sure you got my back. But Trump, instead, punched the people in the face, and then came back and go, hey, I just punched him in the face. Would you mind helping me fight him? Here he is, hedging his bets.
We have the strongest military by far in the world. We don't need them. But it's interesting. I'm almost doing it in some cases, not because we need them, but because I want to find out how they react.
Oh, he's going through the stages of grief. That's denial.
According to Trump, it'll be, quote, very bad for the future of NATO if they don't help us.
He's gonna bomb NATO.
Yeah. He's gonna bomb the hell out of NATO.
Britain's former chief of the defense staff doesn't want NATO to get pulled into this war.
NATO was created as a, underlined 4 times, defensive alliance. It was not an alliance that was designed for one of the allies to go on a war of choice and then oblige everybody else to follow.
Is that red thing his heart rate?
So now Trump's in a bit of a pickle. He started a war that no one wants to help in, and there's no clear way out of that war. But Trump is a scrappy guy who's always overcome adversity, and he's overcome adversity all by himself. He doesn't need people. Is Donald Trump a self-made man? The truth of the matter is that Donald Trump sees himself as self-made. In 2015, He was asked this question at an election town hall.
With the exception of your family, have you ever been told no?
It has not been easy for me. And, you know, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
The only thing he made himself was that color.
That's great.
From the very moment Donald Trump has started in business, there has always been somebody there to bail him out when he failed, and he has failed a lot. In fact, Wikipedia has a whole category called Businesses of Donald Trump That Went Bankrupt. And it has 24 separate pages. Question to the panel, what is your favorite failed Donald Trump business?
I like the Trump Taj Mahal going down. That was always a big one.
The casino, the Atlantic City
Yeah,
casino,
because on behalf of India, fuck you.
Well, of all the failed Trump businesses, there was this one.
The Sharper Image is one of my favorite stores with fantastic products of all kinds. That's why I'm thrilled they agree with me. Trump steaks are the world's greatest steaks, and I mean that in every sense of the word.
How many senses of the word are there?
Yeah. The bigger question is, why are you buying a steak at an electronics store? According to the former CEO of Sharper Image, quote, we literally sold almost no steak. In every sense of the word. So the man who failed at casinos, failed at hotels, failed at steaks has gotten us into a war that he promised he would never start, and now he's resorting to what he always does when things aren't going his way. He blames other people. Does anyone know which one of our allies Trump threw under the bus on Wednesday night?
He posted this long Truth Social rant about Israel bombing an oil and gas field that was jointly owned by Qatar and Iran, and Qatar is a U.S. ally, and he said Israel will never do that again, and Qatar, we're not going to bomb any more oil and gas fields, and tisk tisk. Shame on you.
That is correct. Points to you, Ari. It was Israel. Wednesday night on Truth Social, Trump posted, quote, Israel, out of anger for what has taken place in the Middle East, has violently lashed out at a major facility in Iran. The United States knew nothing about this particular attack.
This particular.
You know how bad it's got to be for Trump to distance himself from you? He's still kicking with Rudy Giuliani. So Trump is cornered. He's alienated his allies, angered his supporters, and even some of his own staff won't back him up. There's only one option. Here's the president on Wednesday.
I wonder what would happen if we, quote, finished off what's left of the Iranian terror state and let the countries that use it, we don't, be responsible for the so-called strait. That would get some of our non-responsive allies in gear and fast, President DJT.
He misspelled straight.
Maybe it's like a Gulf of America type situation.
Right.
Yeah. So from now on, that will be how it is spelled.
Michael and Ari, watch the clip. Tell me, what is the story?
Capitol Hill.
Okay. Oh, that's that guy, Bruce Wayne.
Mark Wayne Mullen.
I'm going to go with Bruce Wayne. And then Cruella DeVille.
Yes, of course. Kash Patel.
Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard, Kash Patel went to the Capitol, and like all meetings with Trump officials, talking to congresspeople, it did not go well.
The story is, while Trump's focus is on other countries, the Senate was focused on domestic matters this last week at the confirmation hearing for Trump's nominee to head up the Department of Homeland Security, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen. Looked like a business casual woodchuck right there.
He says there's going to be 3 more weeks of winter.
Yeah. Hey, what going to be 3 more weeks of winter? Confirmation hearing is to hold a prospective appointee's feet to the fire. And there's nobody better to do the scrutinizing than Iowa Senator Joni Ernst.
I am going to say to the president, I am really upset that he has made your nomination. Why? Because I will be losing from the Senate one of the best friends that I have here, truly.
Siri, play End of the Road by Boyz II Men. One person really seemed to lead the charge against Senator Mullen in the hearing. Which Republican was it?
Was it Rand Paul?
The only senator who asked his barber to make him look like the dude from The Bear. Look at that haircut. Senator Paul gave a hard no vote against Mullen, adding, quote, I think there are anger issues.
You did many interviews in which you justified the violence as historically justified by precedents, such as caning and dueling.
What I was simply pointing out is some of the rules that still apply to this body. For instance, dueling with 2 consenting adults is still there. I was pointing out what is still
illegal
acceptable.
for 170 years. There's no precedent for legal dueling.
We should bring back dueling.
But only between 2 consenting adults.
Question, does anyone know where Rand and Mark Wayne's conflicts began?
When Rand Paul's neighbor beat the shit out of him, and then Mark Wayne Mullen said to Rand Paul, "You asshole, you probably deserved it."
Point! Yes, indeed. Rand Paul's beef with Mark Wayne goes all the way back to 2017 after Rand was assaulted by his neighbor in a property line dispute. After that, Mark Wayne repeatedly told a group of voters that he understood completely why his neighbor might want to attack Senator Paul.
I don't know the details of this dispute with a neighbor, but I've lived in Washington and covered politics long enough to be able to say he is, let's just say, not one of the most beloved senators on Capitol Hill.
Why?
Well, I think you might want to ask his neighbor.
There seems to be another element of Mark Wayne's past that is coming back to haunt him right now. What part of Mullen's backstory is still being brought into question?
He was a stripper.
No. What would be Mark Wayne Mullen's stripper name?
Mark Wayne Full-On?
What?
Mark Wayne instead of Mullen, full-on, like a full-on...
Like a boner?
Like a boner, yes.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Earlier this month, Mark Wayne went on Fox News to defend our attacks on Iran, and he said this.
War is ugly. It smells bad, and if anybody's ever been there and been able to smell the war that's happened around you and taste it and feel it in your nostrils and hear it, it's something that you'll never forget.
Fact check true.
Yeah.
Okay.
But can you taste it? Can you taste the
I
war?
personally have never tasted it, but maybe he's been in wars that I haven't covered as a journalist, so I'm not gonna yuck his yum.
After seeing Mark Wayne talk about the smell of war, New York rep and 2-time Bronze Star recipient Pat Ryan shared the clip and asked, quote, "Hey, Senator Mullen, what the actual fuck are you talking about? Did I miss a part of your bio where you served in combat or served in uniform at all? Call of Duty doesn't count." Bigger question, did Rand Paul's strategy work?
One of the most reliable rules of presidential nominations is if you want to get somebody confirmed, pick a senator. Because senators confirm their own. That's the rule. So if Senator Mark Wayne Mullen does not get confirmed as Secretary of Homeland Security because of a beef between Rand Paul and his neighbor, that is bonkers.
You would need some kind of turncoat Democrat to vote for Mark Wayne Mullen for this thing to proceed, and I don't think that's going to happen. What?
Mark Wayne Mullen is moving on to the fantasy suites, AKA the Republican Senate, because the deciding vote to approve Mark Wayne Mullen came from a Democratic senator, Pennsylvania king of the drawstring, John Fetterman.
Oh, no.
Right. John Fetterman dressed like a daddy and got custody of his kids.
He just wears sweatshirts, right? It's just a range of sweatshirts.
Interesting.
It wasn't just Mark Wayne Mullen. Who else found themselves in the hot seat before the Senate this week?
There was Tulsi and there was Cash.
Yes, it was Tulsi Gabbard, AKA the National Intelligence Director, and she like one of the mamas at rough parent-teacher conferences. Your child is a piece of shit. Now, question to the panel. Why might Tulsi be so evasive in her answers about the U.S. strikes on Iran?
Because the president keeps making claims about why we went to war with Iran, and everything that he's saying is contradicted by the report that our Director of National Intelligence submitted to the Congress and to the president.
Here's what Tulsi Gabbard campaigned on back in 2020.
He's on the brink of launching a very stupid and costly war with Iran. We have to stop President Trump from starting a war with Iran and risk direct U.S. conflict with Russia, conflict that could easily lead to nuclear war. The U.S. must not go to war with Iran.
And by not go to war, she meant we should go to war
with Iran, yeah. That was 2020, Roy.
Yeah.
Things are different now.
Tulsi's testimony was part of a hearing on global threats where we also heard from FBI Director Kash Patel, looking like he's trying to get the waiter's attention, but the waiter is ignoring him on purpose. On Thursday, the House Select Intelligence Committee had questions for Kash over his firing of some FBI agents. Question: why were the firing of those FBI agents so concerning?
Because they would have come in handy. We're at war with Iran and they could have helped.
Points!
I did it!
You did it! Kash fired the agents in charge of monitoring threats from Iran.
These last two stories have been rough, man. Tulsi Gabbard's a Hindu, this guy's an Indian. It's like, what did I do?
Did you always know his full name was Kashyap?
Yeah.
It's like when you find out like your homeboy's name is T-Bone, but his real name is like Douglas. You're like, really?
Do you think his dad wanted to name him Money Talks? But instead they went with Kashyap?
The big question people have for Kash Patel this week is, what are those?
Oh.
All week, people have been roasting the custom one-of-a-kind Nike Dunk lows that Director Patel debuted at a seminar. Let's take a closer look at these sneakers. I don't know if there are any hype beasts out there watching, but these are custom. The number 9 is specific because Kash is the 9th FBI director. And if you look on the tongue, it has his personal $K$H logo. The right shoe on the back there.
No.
That's the FBI motto. And then the left shoe has the Punisher skull because he's just a giant fucking dork. Like, why?
I just have to say, I don't like Kash Patel. I don't like what he does. But I like that he's having fun. Like, I'm gonna get sneakers with my name on them. He's showing up to hockey games. He's popping champagne. He's getting silly shoes made.
Private
It's
jet
a
with his
good
girlfriend.
time.
This is what you would do if you were FBI director.
100%. Never vote for me. Never.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's time for the offender meter. Teams have to tell us who's the offender, what they did, and who they offended. Put an offender on the screen, please. Who's that offender, team?
Is that John Oliver?
After like 8 Whoppers, maybe.
See, I'm a radio guy. I recognize people's voices. No idea what anyone
this
looks
guy sounds like this.
That is Massachusetts federal judge Brian Murphy. Who do you all suspect that Judge Brian Murphy offended?
Did he talk shit about Ben Affleck?
Brian Murphy offended HHS director RFK Jr. Seen here telling children that Sprite causes lupus. How did Judge Murphy offend RFK Jr.?
Did he strike down the vaccine policy, saying it was not founded in science?
Points! On Monday, Judge Murphy blocked RFK from policy changes that were recommended by his hand-picked advisory committee, or as Greg Kelly put it.
Okay, so we'll have to give kids 72 vaccines all over again? Is that what's going on here?
What was that music? That was Indiana Jones running from the boulder music.
The vaccines are coming. You got to run. The judge said that RFK and his advisory committee on immunization practices had made, quote, arbitrary and capricious changes to the childhood vaccine schedule. And as part of his decision, Judge Murphy brought up one very specific case involving which musical fan base?
Is it the K-pop people?
No, this is domestic, baby.
Is it Insane Clown Posse?
Juggalos.
Points!
Are you for real?
Just throwing up shit from half court. In one part of the ruling, Murphy cited Parsons versus United States Department of Justice, which was a case where the Juggalos tried to fight their designation as a gang. At this point, I'd rather have the Insane Clown Posse in charge of HHS than
No, that's right.
RFK Jr., but at least we now know they have an interest in science.
Water, fire, air, and dirt. Fucking magnets, how do they work?
He asking all the real questions.
Fucking magnets.
They don't want to tell you about the magnets. It just worked.
You're not allowed to ask those questions.
We ain't allowed. Why is it weird that RFK Jr. made a bunch of changes to the vaccine schedule?
When he was getting confirmed, they're like, are you going to change the vaccine schedule? He's like, nah, I'm good. And then he did it, just like Donald Trump said, I'm not going to go to war with Iran, and then he did.
During his confirmation hearings, Kennedy said he wouldn't change the existing vaccine recommendations.
Senator, I support vaccines. I support the childhood schedule. I will do that.
I mean, the worm might have eaten the part of his brain that remembers saying that.
What if that was the worm talking? One committee member, Dr. Kurt Milhoan, seen here asking what it's going to take to get you into a new Dodge Stratus. Dr. Milhoan is a pediatric cardiologist who has suggested that all childhood vaccines, including shots against polio and measles, should be optional because the diseases no longer pose the dangers they once did.
Oh, I wonder why they no longer pose that danger.
Maybe because they were eradicated by vaccines. Kennedy and his team have been wreaking havoc on vaccines in this country since taking over, reducing the number of recommended routine immunizations children receive from 17 to 11. Which diseases does the CDC no longer recommend vaccines for?
Is it gonorrhea?
Yeah.
Cooties?
Mumps, measles.
Rickets.
Some of the illnesses that the CDC no longer recommends children get regularly vaccinated for are hepatitis A, hepatitis B, rotavirus, influenza, and COVID. Yes, those diseases build character. You got to catch them. A new Axios poll says that 70% of Americans have little or no trust in health information from Kennedy.
I just think it's hard to take medical advice from a guy that sounds like that.
Like he sounds like he's dying.
He
like
does die.
He sounds like he's actively dying.
Yes. Does anyone know what other battle RFK Jr. was fighting right before Judge Murphy handed down this week's decision?
Was he wrestling a shark?
He very well could have been wrestling a shark.
Here's a video the secretary posted last weekend.
And here we go. The crowd is on their feet. What an entrance. Muscle takes on the snap. What power. A huge suplex. What a slam. This is incredible.
That's got to be AI.
I'm okay with him fighting Twinkies. Twinkies don't mold. That's not normal.
Some of my best friends are Twinkies.
Let's see your offender.
Oh, these guys.
Oh, yeah. They're the children of the corn.
Is the corn Elon Musk?
Yes.
Yes, these two are Justin Fox and Nate Kavanaugh. Who did they offend?
They offended you and I, my darling.
Keep going, why?
They dismantled DEI, and they were talking about what qualifies as DEI. And their answers were basically anything that has anything to do with anyone who is not white. Any fucking thing. It was a bit of a master race class.
Points. Yes, Justin and Nate offended former government employees by working for Doge and getting a lot of people fired. Now, Doge is back in the news thanks to this.
Former employees of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency in the hot seat tonight. Deposition videos from January tied to a civil lawsuit going viral online.
Former Doge staffer, Nathan Kavanaugh there, looked like he just got his first couple of pubic hairs. It's always a special day. You remember that first 2-3 pubic hairs? It was like,
still waiting.
This is the guy who weighed in on how the government was spending his money. He was a staffer at Doge. How did Nathan decide what was and wasn't DEI?
He played roulette and whatever came up black.
Nathan said he made personal judgment calls on what was and wasn't DEI, and lawyers then asked him if that even made sense.
Do you think it's inappropriate in any way that someone in their 20s with no experience with grants for federal government was making personal judgment calls about what grants to cancel?
Objection. No, I don't think it's inappropriate.
Why not?
I think A person can have enough judgment from reading books.
So what books would you have read that would have informed your opinion on what grants to cancel based on DEI? Or
There were no books.
But I know what DEI is. I am aware. I understand how to detect DEI. I watched 2 episodes of Martin and 2 episodes of Frasier.
Frasier, white Frasier. That's like the whitest shit ever.
You gotta have a control. You watch Frasier to understand the whiteness, and then you move over to Martin. And you go, yeah. It turns out, though, they weren't using books to inform their cuts over at Doge. What did they base their cuts on?
I feel like they use ChatGPT.
Oh, no.
Survey says...
Fox said he used ChatGPT to help identify and eliminate DEI programs.
I don't like the word eliminate there.
This meant, for example, that Doge canceled a grant for a museum's new HVAC system because ChatGPT mistakenly flagged it as DEI. Panel, do you think Kavanaugh regrets that people lost their jobs because of him?
No, I think he regrets not having a top or bottom lip.
No, he does not regret it. Check it out.
You don't regret that people might have lost important income to support their lives?
No. I think it was more important to reduce the federal deficit from $2 trillion to close to zero.
Did you reduce the federal deficit?
No, we didn't.
Where's Rand Paul's neighbor when you need him, man? But despite not accomplishing anything, Nathan still has fans. Question, who's still a fan of old Nate Dogg out there in the world?
Jake Paul,
Proud Boys,
Kid Rock,
Nick Fuentes.
Frasier from Frasier.
Don't put this on Kelsey Grammer. Don't you do that to Kelsey Grammer.
Boy, you better Google Kelsey Grammer. Google it.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, the dog is too. That's the crazy.
It is Elon Musk who's still a fan of Nate Kavanaugh. Elon posted a clip of Nathan and said it was, quote, legendarily based. First off, don't talk like that, Elon.
Elon Musk makes me wish Mandela was meaner to the whites when he got out of prison. He was all like, truth and reconciliation, truth and reconciliation. This is what happened.
That was Offendometer. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is time for Missing Words. Here's your headline. This innovative Chinese robot can make you a blank.
A star.
Can make you a delicious breakfast, but then 10 minutes later, you're hungry again.
Oh.
It rhymes with star, Amber. I'll give you that.
It can make you a car. It can make you go far. It can open your jar.
This innovative Chinese robot can make you a centaur.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, a centaur. Don't act like y'all don't know about the horse.
Change the bottom of my body to a horse body?
The centaur. You know, you got the horse, you got the horse booty, you got the foreleg.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm me.
Yeah.
The bottom is pony.
Okay, yeah, I thought you just meant the two-leg centaur, like the Cupid.
No. That would be ridiculous.
In a new paper published by the International Journal of Robotics Research, a team of Chinese engineers say that their proposed human centaur system helps with weight distribution for people who have to carry heavy things. And let's just see it in action first.
Do you need to get like a special centaur lock for when you park it outside, you know, and you don't want your centaur to get stolen?
Yeah.
First off, you're not gonna take your centaur and lock it up outside. You're gonna take that centaur inside, because this thing takes the stairs.
That's gonna get you killed.
Does anyone know why a San Jose robot made headlines this week?
I think one of those Waymo delivery cubes ran over a duck.
Okay. The robot in San Jose made headlines because he wouldn't stop dancing while he trashed a restaurant. The staff tried their best to get the employee under control.
The last time I did that, I kept saying, I'm good. I'm good.
Here's your headline. Judge dismisses lawsuit from diner who claimed blank.
Who claimed that hair was yours.
Judge dismisses lawsuit from diner who claimed taco shop salsa was too spicy.
Oh.
Ah, yes. Not everybody's built to live mas.
Is there any indication if the person who did the suing was white?
Do I recall that person was from like Switzerland or something like that?
Germany, yes. After trying the green salsa at Los Tacos #1, a Times Square taco spot in 2024, German tourists said he suffered, quote, severe physical symptoms. Here's the story.
According to the complaint, Faisal Mans said his tongue burned and his blood pressure soared after eating the green salsa. The judge, though, dismissed the claim, saying Mans never inquired about the salsa before eating it. The restaurant argued salsa is often spicy.
We've been tourists in other countries, and you be watching other people, how they do their shit, but okay,
it's Germany, it's not Mars.
After the tourist told a reporter to try the dangerous salsa for himself, the reporter found, quote, the salsa wasn't that spicy. Yes, probably a Latino reporter, Denise Habanero. The salsa suit was one of 3 separate lawsuits the man filed against New York area businesses after his 6-day visit. Mr. Mons also sued a New Jersey Walmart for discrimination. Who's the third group that he sued?
Black people.
No, this is an official organization that has a defined...
NAACP.
FDNY.
He also sued the NYPD. Mr. Mons sued the NYPD for $10 million after he says he tried to report a crime and police failed to respond to his 911 call in a timely manner.
Was the crime that the salsa was too spicy?
I've never been pro-police brutality until this story.
That's Missing Words. More after the break. Welcome back. It's time for Meet in the Middle, where we find common ground between 2 different people. All right. On one side, we have John Fetterman, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Mark Levin, and Hugh Hefner. And on the other side, there's Katie Britt, Nellie, Secretary of Veteran Affairs Doug Collins, and Winnie the Pooh. First up, we've got Insane Brown Posse. Which 2 of these people worked for UPS? Team Michael.
So, John Fetterman.
He still looks like he works for UPS.
Yeah, definitely John Fetterman. And Katie Britt?
Yep.
Okay.
We're going to go Fetterman and Katie Britt.
Okay.
Fetterman's big enough to carry multiple packages. He's like Frankenstein. He could do it.
Yep. John Fetterman and Nellie both worked for UPS. John Fetterman posted this throwback pic of him driving a UPS truck back in the day.
Oh my God, what happened? Why is his body so big and his head is so small?
So Fetterman worked for UPS, as did Nellie.
My first job that actually paid better was UPS, and that's the one I like to say I took pride in because, you know, that was like $9 an hour. I thought I was the man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right, let's do We're Here, We're Cheer, Get Used to It. Which 2 of these people were high school cheerleaders, Team Amber?
Well, Hefner probably was.
It's possible.
And I would say girl lady.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
I want to say Doug Collins.
Great.
And
Doug Collins on the right.
But I like the idea of Mark Levin in a little skirt so much that I want to go with Mark Levin.
I don't need to know that.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Katie Britt were high school cheerleaders.
RBG.
And according to a yearbook from James Madison High School in Brooklyn, Justice Ginsburg was a member of the Twirlers.
Oh.
Yeah, she was in the Twirlers for just a little too long, and people were like, shouldn't you stop twirling? And she was like, nah, I'm gonna keep twirling. But yeah, if you quit twirling now before you die, then we could get some new younger twirlers in. Next up, we've got Holy Scrap. Which two of these people were really, really into scrapbooking?
I would say squinty guy,
Okay.
glasses.
Glasses left.
And glasses right.
For some reason, I know that Hugh Hefner, in his later years, was big into scrapbooking. That was a thing that he would do with his many wives.
Oh.
So Doug Collins and Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner and Secretary of Veteran Affairs Doug Collins were both into scrapbooking. Before Collins was elected to Congress in 2012, he actually owned a scrapbooking company. And Hugh Hefner was really into scrapping, Michael. Here's a picture of Hef with the scrapbooks.
Oh.
Wow. There is some blackmail fodder there.
Yeah, you know them pages stuck together, though. They can't get the blackmail. Hef had around 3,000 scrapbooks, but shockingly, that wasn't even his worst vice. Question: what addiction did Hugh Hefner share with rapper Fat Joe?
Viagra.
Metamucil?
Hugh Hefner and Fat Joe were both addicted to Diet Pepsi. At his peak, Hugh Hefner was drinking up to 30 Diet Pepsis a day. 30! And not only was Hugh Hefner drinking up to 30 a day, so was Fat Joe.
I got a problem. 30, 40 a day. Let me tell you something.
Damn.
If I went to the doctor, God forbid, and they told me, yo, you have a problem due to Diet Pepsi, I gotta take the shit on the chin. I gotta just be like, I knew I was just doing too much with them Diet Pepsi.
I feel like if your worst vices are Diet Pepsi and scrapbooking, your life is a little more boring than I thought Hugh Hefner's life was.
We didn't get to Mark Levin and Winnie the Pooh, but between the rumors about Levin and Pooh's friendship with Piglet, both of them are associated with the tiny hog. More after the break. Welcome back. It's time for Which is Higher. I'll give you two unrelated numbers from the news. You tell me, which is higher? Now, St. Patrick's Day was this week, so it's the perfect time if you're at the house, kick back and rewatch the entire Leprechaun movie franchise.
Oh.
I rocks with Warwick Davis and the Leprechauns, which brings us to the question, which is higher? The number of films where Warwick Davis played the title role in the Leprechaun movie franchise, or the total number of Mission Impossible movies?
I think it's Tom Cruise.
I think it's Tom Cruise, and I've always thought that.
Okay. So you think there's more Mission Impossible movies than Leprechaun movies with Warwick Davis?
That's right.
Okay, Team Michael.
I feel like this is a trick question. I feel like obviously there's more Mission Impossible movies, which makes me think it's actually the Leprechaun.
How many Mission Impossibles do you?
Like 6?
7?
There's at least 8, if not 20.
I didn't know.
The number of films where Warwick Davis plays the title role in the Leprechaun movie franchise is 6. And the total number of Mission Impossible movies is 8. So the number of Mission Impossible movies is indeed higher. Now, if you don't know the Leprechaun movie franchise, I know there's some youngins in here, you watch all this new stuff on TikTok. Leprechaun is a beautiful franchise about a little evil green dude, and he run around, and all he wants is his gold. Question, which of these is a real Leprechaun movie title? Is it Leprechaun Over the Rainbow, Leprechaun versus Gnome, or Leprechaun in the Hood? Team Michael.
It's got to be Leprechaun in the Hood,
Really?
right? I want it to be Leprechaun
Someone would
in the Hood.
make that?
Yes, they would make that.
I had a long night and I didn't know what else to watch. And the answer is Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yes, the real movie is Leprechaun in the Hood. Question, in Leprechaun in the Hood, this is just for you, all right? Nobody else. In Leprechaun in the Hood, does the leprechaun rap?
I want the answer to be yes. I'm gonna say yes. Yes.
Damn right he does.
Will you show us the rap?
Okay,
Can we watch the rap?
It's fine that he raps in the movie, okay? but we aren't going to be showing that. All right? All right? No one wants to see it. Let's just skip to flip your fucking card over and read the next thing. I can't live like this.
Leprechaun rapping.
From the Emerald Isle to your place in the hood, on the man of green, come to do no good. Left in the hood, come to do no good.
Left in the hood? Wow.
I don't like this job or the people here.
That was Witch's Hire. We'll be right back. Time for a game called Who's That Baby? All right, let's see that baby.
Oh, the baby.
First clue, they're not eligible to run for president. They played a kindergarten teacher in a movie. And they are probably the only California governor who can bench press 500 pounds.
Wow. Gavin Newsom.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, it is Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can...
Oh.
Same expression.
Ran out of muscle milk. Nowadays, every celebrity is selling something. They always have commercials, and they're influencing us and doing endorsements. Oh, Arnold had a commercial over there out there in Japan. I'm going to show you a few seconds of an Arnold Schwarzenegger commercial.
Yeah.
And I want you all to tell me what product you think it's selling. What is that ad selling?
Deodorant.
The pants.
Ooh. Here's what the Arnold Schwarzenegger commercial was selling.
Cup noodle. The yen was strong.
That was Who's That Baby? I want to thank our guests, Harry Kondabolu and Ari Shapiro. And of course, thank you to our team captains, Amber Ruffin and Michael Ian Black. Here are a few more stories we're watching. Man spoils the end of Conclave. VP dazzles crowd with invisible bass solo. I'm Roy Wood Jr., and I'll see you next week for another episode of Have I Got News for You? And I'm available to be the new Bachelorette. Good night.